Good evening, you guys. I'm gonna wait for you all to start getting I'm gonna wait for you guys to start getting the notifications, okay? Hold on, I know it's not that late. Hold on, y'all. Hey guys. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the time right. It ain't doing right. How's everybody doing tonight? Hold on, y'all. I'm working on something. Let's see how many people in here. I wish I had did this before I Helen, it's just gonna take a minute. I see Ramona, listen to Lucille, Fox, Teresa, Sharon, Leo, Lori. Did I say Teresa? New to you, Cecilia. Shout out to my moderators for always doing a good job. Let me go back up. Ramona, Mika, Little Miss Muffin, Joy Loves God, Voss, Yolanda. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get this time set right. Look like I'm gonna have to set it since it won't do right. Okay, I did it myself. Have to go through all that stress. And maybe it'll change on this on up there. Can't complain, waiting on my internet to come back. A lot of people was complaining about that. I did get a call from my, over at my office that the internet was acting up over there. But just so happened I didn't have to go in there today and do no work because I would have been real mad because I must have my internet. That's mainly what I work off of when I'm there. What's up, Blackwood News? Shout out to Blackwood News. He says, and we are live. Blackwood News, I see you still out there doing your thing. I'm very proud of you. It makes me proud. Okay, there we go. It makes me proud. So what is it looking like out there tonight, Blackwood News? Like, has there been any craziness going on? It's always craziness that's going on, but what is it looking like out there tonight? Um, yeah, what is it looking like out there tonight? We're gonna start giving more people the opportunity to start coming in. Yeah, my notifications are not being sent out. They're not being sent out. Okay. I guess he came through when he left. He said, and we live. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Blackwood News on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Okay. He's always out there on the scenes. Okay. We're very proud of him. And he gets raw footage. Okay. Firstly, I wanted to talk about when I was scrolling, I was looking at you guys, I was looking at where a hey Purpose Leah. I was looking at where a mother was convicted. And she was convicted because she had went on vacation and left her baby. Hold on. She went on vacation. It says mom who left toddler home for 10 days gets life in prison. Get a life sentence, okay? It says a Cleveland woman who left her 16-month-old daughter home alone for 10 days while she went on vacation was sentenced to life in prison. On Monday, a judge sentenced Crystal Candelario to a life in prison without parole. The judge says Candelario, 32, had committed the ultimate act of betrayal when she left her 16-month-old daughter, Jalen, alone in a playpen for 10 days. Jalen was unalive from starvation and severe dehydration, according to an autopsy. The judge says Catalario left little Jalen trapped in a tiny prison while she traveled to Puerto Rico and to Detroit on last June. Catalario told police she returned home from vacation on June 16th to find her daughter unresponsive. In the house. At her sentencing hearing on Monday, prosecutors played security video of Candelario leaving her home on June 6th with his suitcase and returning on June 16th. Prosecutors said she called 911 and redressed the dead toddler in clean clothes. First responders found the deceased child in a playpen with soiled blankets and a bottom liner saturated with urine and feces. Catalario was arrested on June 18, 2023, and charged with murder. She pleaded guilty to pediatric negligence and child endangerment. Okay. So what ended up happening was, hold on. So she ended up getting life in prison, which is what she very well deserves. Life in prison. What kind of mother goes on vacation and leaves her 18-month-old baby in a playpen, y'all, while she goes to Puerto Rico, then travels to Detroit, and then comes home and the baby has didn't survive because of no food, dehydration, and has soiled all over herself. I tell you, that's emotional to me, but I'm gonna hold myself because I can't even imagine a child sitting up. That's the worst way for a child to die. Starvation, sitting up hungry, laying sleeping in her feces, no water, no nothing, while this tramp goes over to Puerto Rico and then goes to Detroit and leaves her child there for 10 whole days. That's 2 weeks. How could you do it? How could she do that, y'all? How could she do it? Um, I mean, she don't look like, let me see something. She don't really look like she got no remorse to me. Hold on. This was in Ohio. Hold on. This is the mother right here. Y'all, what kind of world do we live in when we don't have any regards for children or human life, whether they're children or not, but babies? How could you leave your child? That's her sentencing. They said she committed the ultimate betrayal. They said Catalerio, who according to the outlet struggles with depression and mental health issues, said in response, "There is so much pain that I have in regards to the loss of my baby Jalen. I'm extremely hurt about everything that happened. I'm not trying to justify my actions, but nobody knew how much I was suffering and what I was going through. God and my daughter have forgiven me." Oh, Lord Jesus, they should have gave her the death penalty. She was in a depression, but she went on a vacation for 10 days. She could have took the baby to a homeless, I mean, she could have took the baby to the drop it off at the police station. She could have did anything. Anybody would have cared for that baby rather than her leave it at home for 2 weeks. Most parents, especially around that age, they coddle their children. When I my daughters, where I didn't let them start going to daycare until they was like, when they was like 2 3 years old. And it used to hurt me to leave them at the daycare even though they was being there with adults. And if I started taking them to a daycare and they started crying and stuff, they weren't happy when they looked at the daycare. Okay, I got to remove them for that from that daycare. And I until I got them in one where when I dropped them off they were okay. Okay, they were okay. So they said frolicking on a beach. No, Tam, she went to Puerto Rico and then went to Detroit before going. Right. And she's talking about she's in a severe depression. That's why I said, y'all, what kind of world do we live in? That's very hurtful. I can't just sit in here trying to imagine what that baby went through. I have an infinity for babies. I love children a lot. I do. I really do. And because children are so innocent, I even kind of too much coddle young adults, especially when they're teenagers and they're in their early 20s and stuff. I kind of coddle them because I had worked with teenage boys and stuff. And so I know even as young adults, even though they're supposed to know better, their mind is still developing. They're still very immature, right? And so can you imagine a 18-month-old baby who can't even talk at this point and she is left to fend for herself? Did she even think one time about what her baby was going through? And I think they did her just right in Ohio. Now that was justice. The only thing about it is she probably should have got the death penalty. But she gonna sit up and say, "My baby has forgiven me." That baby suffered. That's a horrible way to be unalive. Starvation. And then she comes in. If she was that depressed, why did she come in from off of her trip and try and cover it up? She comes in and change the baby's clothes and stuff. Try to cover everything up. Did she really think that that baby would be okay while she was gone for 10 days? So that was just evil. I think she left that baby there for that baby to die. I think she wanted that baby to be unalive. That's the only thing I could see. And she didn't know how to do it, so she left it there to starve. That's evil. That's cruelty and a very high nature. Hey, chocolate. That's cruelty on a whole nother level. Okay. A baby will suck up a bottle in two bottles in a matter of 1 hour. In a matter of 1 hour. So that's scary. That's leaving the baby soiled and just to fend for themselves. I don't know I don't know what's going on, y'all. People are blaming all this evil stuff that they do to other people on mental illness. Everybody is blaming everything on mental illness now. Hey, they did it because they were mentally ill. Everything now is being blamed on mental illness. And I think it's just sick and pathetic on a whole nother level. There is no excuse for what happened to their child. There is no excuse. It's sad. Oh my God, it's so sad. But when I saw that, I was like, I gotta talk about that because this is what we're dealing with in this world. And now people are blaming everything. They're giving a crutch and blaming it all on mental illness. Right? Especially 18 months. Joy Loves God says, I'm doing well. How about you? Leo says, yeah, she must wanted that baby to be on the live. Reminds of the girl who put the baby in. Right, absolutely. The judge said the baby ate her own feces to try to survive, and they played the Ring camera when you can hear her crying throughout the day and night. Oh my God, that's so. I can't even imagine that eating her own feces to try and survive, crying throughout the night and day, wanting her mother wet, can't change herself. That they should have gave her the same way, the same cruelty that she left that child to die. They should have put her in the chair. They should put her in the electric chair. That's evil on a whole nother level. And then she's still trying to make excuses. People still trying to give excuses. See, now you have the system giving people excuses now. Depression and mental illness. Folks have had everybody go through their little depressive stages in life, right? Depression ain't something that just happened. Okay. But even when they was going through, they didn't do evil stuff like this. Okay, because some people are depressed and they're on autopilot, but they get up and they survive every day. They do what they're supposed to do. They take care of their kids and everything, right? It's just that they haven't snapped out of something. You got people doing evil stuff, and because, as I said before, because pills and stuff is $1 billion business, this is the crutch that they give these people. Right? I'm not saying people don't need whatever they need to make them okay, because a lot of people need them. But when people are doing evil things of this nature, they're doing evil stuff. Okay? And this was evil on a whole nother level. She knew exactly what she was doing. If she didn't think what she was doing was wrong, she never would have tried to hide it. She wouldn't have came in trying to cover it up. Right? Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button for me, okay? Hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe. So y'all, this stuff is crazy. It is, it's crazy. That I believe that's absolutely. How come she couldn't take her baby with her? No, the neighbors wasn't watching. They turned over the Ring camera. But I do wonder why no neighbor knocked on the door hearing her cry so much. She thought it would fly. There is so many childless couples that would have loved to have them. Absolutely. Yes, they would have. They would have loved to have had that baby. They would have loved to. Like I said, it's sad on so many levels. You guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe and turn your notifications on, okay? I was intended yesterday. I had gotten on here and I had wanted to talk about Fani, right? And I wanted to talk about Fani, and I wanted to talk about everything. Fani, the judge had said. Let me, as a matter of fact, let me go. The judge gave her an ultimatum. Okay, the judge says that she either removes herself from the situation, from the case, or she disassociate herself from the special prosecutor, which they're saying now she had an affair with, right? That's her boyfriend and all of that. Well, you know, people are now trying to bully the judge, right? They're bullying the judge. They're talking about the judge pretty much allowed Funny to have her way. It is alleged that the judge may have worked in the prosecutor's office at some point. I don't know. His last name is McAfee, so he probably rich already. Okay, but now because he gave her an ultimatum and did not throw the whole thing out, you have a lot of the Republicans saying that they're not going to vote for him. Funny has had they filed other charges. She's had three separate situations where people are filing other charges, where people are filing charges, right, on her, trying to get her licenses taken to make sure that she cannot run for re-election. They put like two or three more other people in her election to run against her, and they kind of do stuff like that to split the votes and stuff up. That's a strategy to make sure that she does not win her seat again. And that's why I said, was Funny set up, or was she just too ambitious? And I would have to say it was both. I believe they had her to go after Trump because Fani had a lot of popularity vote within Fulton County. She had a popularity vote. And so I think the same people that turned on her kind of boosted her up to go after President Trump. You have to pick your battles, especially as it relates to stuff like that. And you talking about a man that has been president of the United States, that has had access, unlimited access to everything, more things than she ever could, right? And so what she did was, I believe that because she was so ambitious, she went after him. And when you go after people like Trump, you have to make sure that your whole front yard and backyard is clean, right? And so her affair, or her relationship, was thrown up in her face. It was used against her. Now, I would say it would not. He was going through a divorce, right? And he probably had been separated from his wife for a very long time. But being a lawyer, he knows that if he's going through a divorce, even if he and Fani got together when they were already separated, legally he's still married. And being a lawyer, he knows that divorce lawyers tell them, why are you going through a divorce? Don't get you no girlfriend. If you got a girlfriend, don't go see her, right? Because that's going to be used against you. So, but Fani went after Trump, and some of the same people that was supposedly her friend turned on her, right? They turned on her. And so that's why I say I think she was set up. And I wish, let me just say this. Judge McAfee gave her an ultimatum. Her ex-boyfriend, I forget the name of him. Let me see. He's resigned. It says that Judge McAfee, as predicted, Judge Scott McAfee ruled that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis can stay on the Trump election interference case. However, Willis must cut ties with Nathan Wade. So Nathan Wade has resigned. Okay, Nathan Wade has resigned. Okay. But I hope that Fani, because here's the thing, Fani is just in Fulton County. I wish that Fani, if anybody, wants, after how they did her, if they want Anybody else want her to go after Trump? Um, I mean, anybody wants to go after Trump, they should. You have to think about, I believe Georgia is a red state. So with Georgia being a Republican state, I mean, I think Fani fell for the okie doke. Fulton County may be a Democratic county, but as a whole, the whole state of Georgia, just like Memphis is a Democratic city, but Tennessee is still a red state. It's still a Republican state. And that is because it is more people in Memphis and Shelby County than it is in the whole Tennessee. Okay. So you have more people that vote Democratic in Memphis, but still being that Tennessee, you're talking about the whole state of Tennessee. Just because there are more Democrats in Memphis, that's just one county, one city, right? It's still a red state. There are more Republicans, and I think Georgia is a red state. So Fulton County may have more black people in it. I don't know, right? That's around Atlanta and all of that. It might have more black people in it. They may be Democratic, but I think that Fani should have rethought that one. Because when you're talking about going up against the ex-president of the United States, who still people act like they don't like him for their political careers, but behind closed doors, they're still in bed with him because Georgia is a red state, right? Behind those curtains, those walls, they get in that booth, they're voting for him after they just was on TV claiming to be talking bad about him. So I think her ambition made her make the wrong decision on that. I would not have done it. Since the hearing, 15 complaints have been filed against her with the Georgia Office of Bar Admissions. Simply put, they're going after her license. Not good. Absolutely. And they're doing it to force her. They're doing it to force her to change her mind. Fani may be in the right. I don't know. She may be in the right. But Fani is just the district attorney of Fulton County. I don't think that. I think that she should back up from this because now she's got everybody in Georgia going after her, right? And to force her to resign because they wanted her seat anyways. Like I said, Fani had gained popularity, especially from this YSL situation. So she could have easily, because of her popularity, she could have easily moved forward in running for other things like Congress, Senate, places like that. And she's a strong black female, right? And I think she could have won. Okay, I think she could have won coming from the DA's office, and they knew that. I think they set Fani up, and she kind of fell for the okie doke. What do you all think? I want to hear what you all think. Do you all think that Fani was set up, or do y'all think that Fani was just too ambitious? I would like to know what y'all think. Would this change the RICO case? I don't think it would change the RICO case at all. I don't. They said they've been digging up some stuff on that. I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing. I don't know, but I was reading that quite a few people that she thought was her friends within her office had turned on her. So I don't know. She made powerful enemies when she went after those teachers in that RICO case. Those teachers. You talking about those rappers? Purposely, it says she was set up too many enemies. Yeah, they set her up, and I think they boosted her to do it. Being the district attorney, and just for that Fulton County, I would not have done it. I wouldn't have. I would have assessed that situation. I would not have done that. You're talking about the ex-president of the United States whose reach is still, I don't care. They say he the most hated. I don't believe he is. People say anything to get you to vote for them. If he was the most hated, he would not have been president the first time. I had to say it's a little bit of both ambition and the power. Hey, the Black Barbie. You talking about the teachers in Atlanta that help the children pass? Oh, the teachers in Atlanta that help the children pass the test. Oh, oh wow. But I've been hearing other lawyers, and I see you got an Esquire behind your name. I don't know if you are a lawyer, but I've been G Finley said he's voting for Trump. I've been hearing a lot of other lawyers really dogging Funny out. They was talking about misconduct and she was unethical and all of that. I'm surprised. I'm talking about a lot of black lawyers have been really dogging her out. They're talking about unprofessionalism on the stand and all of that. Um, you know what, Ronnie Lynn? You know what? I don't know. Um, if it had been me, I would have assessed that situation. Um, No to you says, wow, Switch B. As a mother, you can tell the different cries, sick, abuse, alone, and etc. I hear the baby over here. You definitely can tell. 1 a.m. continues, cries. God going to tear that butt up. Yeah, God needs to. Been practicing consumer law for 20 years. Oh, okay. Teresa K says Trump will be president again. Yeah, I believe that he will. Hey, True Aquarius. TS says Fani Willis set herself up with her mediocrity approach to Trump and YSL case. She thought she can use those cases to further her career. However, she is incompetent. Now, let me just say this. Hey, I don't think that she was incompetent as it relates to the YSL case. I don't believe she's incompetent as it relates to the Trump situation. I definitely believe that all of the accusations that was made against YSL are true. I mean, that's what I believe. The persecution issued a black community, and black community did not support her either. I can believe the lack of peer support um because of her conduct on the stand. She felt like she had something to prove. Oh wow. Wow. Hey Cecilia. I like Funny. I gotta be honest. I like. It's not bad being ambitious. Okay, let me just say that. Um, but I think that I don't know. I think that she was set up, and I think her ambition kind of blinded her a little bit. And I'm not saying she was doing everything for the wrong reason, but I don't know. I don't know. Trump gonna win and pardon Thug just to spite Funny. Tamara, that's true. There were a lot of attorneys. Right hand Detroit was talking about her professionalism on the stand and her arrogant aura. Well, she said she was really angry at how they was lying on her. And how that attorney was coming at her. Purposely said, I applaud her efforts. I just think she got a bit arrogant. Yeah, we can applaud her efforts. I think that, people try to say she's incompetent. I think she's very intelligent. I don't think that she's incompetent at all. I don't think that she was incompetent. So let me ask y'all something. So the teachers that gave the students the answers to the test, y'all don't think that there should have been any like disciplinary situations going on? Because now you hear about stuff like that. Let me see, going on in the schools quite a bit now as it relates to teachers and stuff. She's far from incompetent. She graduated from Howard cum laude. Too many enemies, and they knew he was married, and they knew she was having an affair with him. Yeah, she's very intelligent. I think she's very intelligent, very competent. But with them being lawyers, they know how they go. Even if he said he had been separated from his wife for a very long time, and that happens. And then, when he took the job with Fani, he filed for a divorce. Because according to him, they had been legally separated. It don't matter. He was still married. You see what I mean? And so I think, they use that because one thing that how we women are, if they can push that narrative that you are a home wrecker, and you talking about women that are emotional, especially if they've gone through a situation like that, of course that starts to take away a lot of her popularity. Because it was a lot of women looking up to her saying, yes, a black woman, she's strong, she's this, they understand. um he said ethic issues. Yeah, and I think yeah, as far as hiring someone that she was having an affair with, of course you're not supposed to do that. T.S. Fani isn't competent. It's more so having all that power. Yeah, they got quite a few people that are going to run against her. So they're going to do everything. They're doing everything that they can to try and deter her from going after Trump. So now, let me see who, because it's quite a few offices. Hold on. Let's see. It says Trump's co-defendants file another. Hold on. Shoot. The new filing Monday comes after Judge Scott McAfee on Friday ruled that Fani Willis and her office could keep prosecuting Trump. Trump's co-defendants filed another motion to disqualify Fani Willis. They said Fani hit with another new legal filing, accusing her of not being forthright about her relationship with a prosecutor she hired to work on the Donald Trump election interference case. But y'all know what they're saying, right? Double tap. Thank you for the $10 cash app. I mean, for the $10 super sticker. You know what they're saying, right? They're trying to say that Fani hired him. Now, I think this is ludicrous. I don't believe this at all. They're trying to say that Fani hired him, okay, to so that she could benefit and pay him that money so that she could enjoy trips and she could basically get the money back. I think that's very ludicrous. Shout out to Double Tap TV. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to Double Tap TV 2. He has a backup channel that he's on right now. Make sure you guys go and subscribe, okay? Um TS says she's not a bad person. However, everybody know you can't launch a rocket, a claim against Trump, and not expect repercussions. She don't have her house in order. She has been operating unethically. Yeah. Yeah, she should have had her house in order. If she was going to go after former President Trump, I think she should have had a house in order. I think she should have. And like I said, I just think it was a lot of snakes that got in her ear to push her, not push her to do it, but encourage her to do it because they wanted to set her up. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. That's what I think. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. That helps to kick the video into the algorithm, you guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? That kicks the video into the algorithm. Okay? So, anyways, I don't want for Fani to, I know now this is a scare tactic to make her back up from going after Trump, okay? It's a scare tactic. I believe they knew that Fani, she was going to win again, and she could very well win again. But they're trying to make sure that she can't even run for district attorney anymore. And they want to make sure that when she leaves there, she cannot run for anything else. They want to scare her so bad. They're talking about stripping her of her legal licenses altogether, right? And that's not easy to do. But what is happening is she's got it's like I was looking at, she's got this quite a few people, that are going after her now. Yeah, they're putting a big stain on her name. They are. I don't like the way that they're doing it. You know, she sent some powerful school administrators and teachers to jail. They were waiting on her to make a mistake. Oh wow, wow. Let me pull that up. Hold on. They said Trump prosecutor helped send Atlanta teachers to jail in cheating scandal. Okay, let's look at this. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Here it is. It says before Fani Willis became nationally known as the district attorney in Atlanta, whose investigation into Donald Trump led to the criminal indictment of the former president and 18 others, she was a central player in another famous case in Atlanta, the prosecution of teachers and school administrators accused of cheating on standardized tests. And she is still working on having a case, and she is still working on the case, having tried but failed to put a teacher in jail this summer. The case goes back to 2013 when a grand jury indicted Beverly Hall, the now deceased superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, who was accused of running a corrupt organization that used test scores to financially reward and punish teachers. 34 teachers, principals, and others were also charged in the case, all but one of them, Black, that centered around accusations that teachers corrected students' responses on exams and provided answers to students, and that administrators cover up the actions. The cheating scandal of a one, I mean, the cheating scandal, one of a number across the country at the time, came during a time when standardized test scores had become the chief metric to evaluate teachers, principals, schools, and districts because of federal policy during the Bush and Obama administration. Teachers' salaries and jobs were based in part on student test scores. So they was doing it all the way across the country. So let me ask y'all something. How do y'all feel about that? Because now we know now that didn't just start. Teachers have been for a while, especially when they started these I forgot what they call. Okay, I don't know why I can't think of the name of it right now. um they started doing other things as it relates to the school system, right? They started privatizing them. That's basically what they've been doing. And hey, I don't agree with it because you got students now that go all the way up to the 12th grade and they can't even write their damn name in boxcar letters. A lot of them, they cannot really read. They can't. And so what has been happening, the reason you see a lot of teachers has started to quit, number one, I don't think that they pay teachers enough. It starts with the teacher. So teachers really should be getting paid a lot more. They go through hell, they go through college, they accrue all of these um student loans and stuff, and then they're paid the very bare minimum. And now you're talking about students who come into the classroom who has disorder. I don't know what that was. It starts with the teacher, you guys, but teachers are babysitters. You hear parents say all the time, they don't say, "Ooh, I'll be glad when these kids go back to school so that they can learn." You hear parents say, "Oh, I'll be glad when school starts back because I'm tired of my kids." That's crazy. Teachers are not babysitters. And you have a lot of teachers, a lot of children that who do care about learning, who parents do care about them learning. A lot of them are not able to get the lesson that they should be getting because their teachers are having to stop and deal with disorderly conducts and stuff, right? So I mean, teachers are going through hell, and folks, and y'all hear folks saying now, well, these teachers just weak. These teachers just weak. They don't even be wanting to deal with these kids. Why should they have to? Teachers are there to do a job, not to raise nobody's kids, but to teach them according to the education of it. Hey, kids should already know how to write their names and know their ABCs and one, two, threes before they even come to school, if you're going to be real about it. No teacher should be teaching a child how to write their name. If a child go to kindergarten and can't write their name, they're behind. They are behind. Okay. Hold on, y'all. It says the Democratic Party put that battery in Fani back to destroy Trump, knowing fully well she would be collateral damage. The DNC won't support her in her bid to be reelected because she is unelectable. I believe that they did too. I believe that they did too. I have nieces that are teachers, and it's really sad because a lot of things they see that is happening to these kids. I know it. Jew from Baltimore, you can't date your lead attorney and go on lavish trips together and then pay him in cash without bank statements. Well, I didn't say now that it was unethical. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is I don't think anybody would have cared if she wasn't going after Trump. Let's just be real about it. Hey. I don't think I think people have been knowing about this situation. Okay, I don't think they would. I don't think that the Republicans, all of those teachers that went to jail, where they said all were black except for one, the Republican Party wasn't pissing and moaning then. They didn't give a damn about them black teachers and administrators going to jail. Okay, I mean they didn't care. But now that she goes after Trump, they threatening to get her license taken. They trying to rip her to shreds. They definitely want to, if nothing else, make sure that she does not qualify to run for district attorney again. And I think her election is this year. Why those same people weren't going after her? She was out. She ain't no telling how long she ain't been dating this man. Why weren't they going after her when she was putting those black teachers and stuff in jail? They weren't doing all that shit then. Let's just be real about it. My granddaughter's mother. Because let me just make this clear. I think that there should have been some disciplinary action as it relates to the school, the teachers and the administrators and stuff. But I mean, going to jail, I wouldn't suggest that and make them lose their livelihood and their licenses. I don't suggest stuff like that. I don't. I no. They spend their own money on buying food to keep in their classroom for the kids coming to school hungry. They do. You have a lot of teachers that care. I mean, it's hard to see children in need and not care. It's just unfortunate, that teachers are basically probably a half of a paycheck away from being in the projects because they are not getting paid enough. And I don't know why people are not rallying for teachers to make more money, especially what they have to deal with now. I think, I mean, I'm hearing that some teachers are starting off with $30,000. Hell, that's poverty. You think you supposed to pay a teacher $30,000 or $40,000? That's poverty, almost. You talking about they're teaching a whole generation. They're teaching future leaders. It starts with them. They need to at least start off with 70. Why can't they start off with at least 70? That should be entry pay. Okay. They spend their own money on buying food. Yeah. Them teachers go through a lot and don't make much. Right? They go through a lot. Listen, I told you I have a friend that is a school teacher, and he said that the students cuss him out, and he called their mother, and he's a minister. He called her mother to tell their mother about the child cuss him out, and then he called the mama, and the mama mad because he called and waking her up, and she cussed him out. Okay, folks don't even know when their kids get report cards and stuff now. They don't care. You hear mamas and stuff say now, do they still even give out report cards? They don't even know when they come out, don't know what they look like, don't even know if their child even get a report card. Like I said, if your child enters kindergarten and they can't spell their names, they can't write their name, and they can't say, they don't know, if they can't count from at 5 years old, at least 1 to 50 or 1 to 100, your child is already behind. That means you are not taking time out with your child. Even when your child get home from school, you need to be trying to make sure that they're doing their homework. Instead, you have parents hollering about them teachers be sending that hard homework home. I don't even know what it means. So I mean, I don't know what to say, you know. But I don't believe that children should be consistently passed, right? And they can't read. Some teachers, they've been doing it for years. I got a cousin that was so bad, and he laughs about it to this day. That when he was in high school, he said his teachers told him from, at the time high school was 10th grade to the 12th grade. His teachers told him, just come to school, go to sleep, and I'll pass you so we can get you up out of high school. And that's what they did. Just don't. I guess by that time his crazy ass already knew how to write his name. I reckon he could write his name. He old as dirt now. But he was so bad, they just wanted to pass him. They just wanted him out the high school. And he said, that's what I did. I went to school and went to sleep. And if they didn't bother me, I didn't keep up no fuss in the classroom, and they was able to teach. And they passed him. And he had prom pictures and stuff everywhere. And ain't did a damn thing, okay, but slept. But teachers have been doing that since the beginning of time, right? It's not right. Okay. Purposely says, to this day, I have two teachers from high school that still very active in my life. They are my mentors, and I am 54. Yeah. I was standing in Walmart line one time. I was standing in the customer service line. And this older lady was standing in front of me. And she was talking about how this child was very disruptive in her class. And I'll never forget, because she said she taught at Jeter Junior High School. So at that time, Jeter Junior High School was like seventh grade to ninth grade. And she was talking about how this child was disruptive and all that. She said, and I told him, first of all, you need to get your teeth brushed, your breath stink, and your body stink. You old bat. How could in the world? First of all, the child is probably acting out. If a child is coming to school and their clothes are dirty and they got a smell on them, especially in junior high school from 7th to ninth grade, and their breath stink, that means that it is something going on at home where the child is not being cared for. You talking about 7th to ninth grade, that's 12 to 14 years old, and that bat was standing in that line looking like she was about in her late 50s to 60s. And she had the nerve to tell a child that did not have anything to do with not having soap at home, not having toothpaste or a toothbrush at home, instead of trying to help the child. I can't stand adults like that. And her calling was not being a teacher. She was just there for a check, because that could have easily had an effect on that child that was probably already going through. Because what mother is going to let their child go up out the house smelling bad, and breath and stuff smelling bad, clothes and stuff dirty? What could a 12 to a 14-year-old child have to do with their clothes, coming to school in dirty clothes? They ain't got no money to buy washing powder at that point. They depended solely on an adult to wash their clothes, make sure they got on clean clothes, to make sure that they have toothpaste. And that old bat was standing in that line bragging, talking about, and I just got a few more years and I'm gonna retire. She should have never have been a teacher, because that could have a neurological effect on that child for years to come. Because if she could smell him, I'm sure kids are very mean, can be very mean, brutally honest. I'm sure he was already being, that's probably why he was acting out, because the kids was already telling him he stink, which he didn't have anything to do with if his clothes and stuff was dirty. That's his mama's job at that point, from 12 to 14 years old, to make sure that her child goes to school clean. So we don't know what was going on in that household. I can't stand adults like that. Julia says, Jew from Baltimore, she broke federal law pertaining to the case on Trump. Now, what you're talking about, the stats deal with that, my sis, not the president. We're the teachers having this problem. Oh, okay. It probably did affect the child. Shaking my head. Of course. Of course. So adults have to be extremely cognizant of what they do. I know kids have been bad since the beginning of time. But even when you have a bad child, okay? When you have a bad child and they have active parents, or just even one active parent, to make sure they get some act right. If you call that parent and they engage, okay, that child is gonna know that there are some repercussions, and they're gonna act right. They might start back acting bad, but when mama get on their tail and it's for real, okay, They might get some act right. Okay, because see, I had two. I had two girls in school. I remember one day my youngest daughter called me and she was crying. And they had a substitute teacher. And the kids was in the back playing cards and she was watching them, right? And she was crying because the teacher told them to go to the office and they were going to all get suspended. And she called me crying from the classroom. By this time, they was able to put phones in the classroom. I was like, what's going on? See, that's the good one. Okay, she was the good one. So I knew it was something wrong. These folks know how their kids are before they leave home. So when these parents get to hollering about my child wouldn't do that, they lying. They know what their child will and won't do before they even leave school. You know, if your child a clown before he walks out, you know what he'll do because you with him. That's your child. So you already know that he bad. Okay, you already saw him do exert some type of behavior that the teacher is saying that he is exerting when he's at home, right? But some people want to uphold right. So when my baby called me, she was hollering and crying. And I said, wait a minute, I need to talk to the teacher. And the kids in the background, they were so bad. By this time, she was in the 9th grade. They were so bad. They was hollering him. She was not playing cards. I mean, they was going off on him. She didn't do nothing. You just messing with her because she was always real quiet and stuff. So I said, well, let me speak with the teacher. He was so nice. He said, I told them to stop playing cards. And they were still back there playing cards. I mean, she was really crying. And I said, well, sir, I please don't suspend her. He said, okay, I'm gonna give her another chance. He said, if she was not playing cards with them, she said, Mom, I wasn't playing cards. I was just listening. I said, have you ever had any issues with her? He said, when I substitute, she's always good. I said, sir, please don't suspend her. I've told her to go back up to the front and not sit in the back. And you should have heard them. That the kids was so bad. I mean, they was going off on him. She wasn't even doing nothing. We was the one playing cards. You ain't even no good teacher. You don't even know what you're doing. Blah blah blah. He suspended them, right? So, but it was just talking to him. And when he heard my voice, I was not volatile. I was trying to get an understanding. And he told her to go up to the front. Still, you don't be in the back with them because, those were the ones that was keeping up the mess and do your work. And that's what she did. Okay. When she called and she told me she was being suspended, I knew it had to have been something because I knew my child. That's the quiet one. She ain't gonna argue back. She's not gonna be studying you. She just go, okay, Mom, all right, all right, even if she listening or not. But now I had another one, my oldest one. If he had called me and said she was back there playing cards, I would have believed it, okay? Because I already knew my child. So these folks try to uphold kids, right, in their wrongness instead of trying to get an understanding and correcting them. If he had called me and that was my oldest daughter, and he would have said she was back there playing cards and I told her to stop and she got smart with me, I'd have told her, I got you when you get home. I would have already known he was telling the truth because she liked to talk back. I would have to hit her in her mouth for talking back. So why would I go off on the teacher talking about you got my child wrong when I know how many times I had to slap her? Because she talked back. Her and my baby girl like night and day. And so that's what I'm saying. Parents try to uphold their children when they know Johnny was a damn fool and a clown before he left home. He just tore her ass out the frame before he left out the door. He raising up at her. Right? Like he gonna do something to his mama. And so they send these children, they send their kids to school and they're really not equipped. And kids are so innocent. If you work with them and you show them that you care about them, they will do the best that they can to try and make you proud. I remember at an early age, my oldest daughter, she knew I was a majorette in school. She always wanted to be a majorette. She started being a majorette. They brought the program into our school in 2nd grade. And I remember she came home, Mama, guess what? They said we gonna have the opportunity to be a majorette just like you was. And I remember the guy was like, when they had tryouts when she was in the 2nd grade, The guy was like, listen, every move she made was wrong, but she had so much energy. I can't tell her no. She on the team. And I promise you, she excelled all the way to the captain, and she was a majorette all the way up through high school, right? And she would always say, especially when she said, Mama, you proud of me? Mama, you proud of me? I said, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're so perfect. See, you have to give affirmation to your children, because all they be looking for is some acceptance. It don't do them no good when you go lay down with a man and you can't stand him, and then you sitting up speaking that stuff into your children. It's like, you just like your no good daddy. Well, that's a reflection of you. It's not that child's fault that you chose his father as a dad. So why do you speak those words into his life? Oh, you like your ugly daddy. I can't stand you. Now, sometimes with my youngest daughter, because she reminds me so much of her dad, I'll look at her and I go, girl, you sound just like your dad. You talk just like him. You quiet just like him. I got to watch you. I say it in fun, but I would never, ever speak any of the issues, because he didn't got, I had some issues with him. But my child is not a reflection of that. Okay. My child is perfect. Okay, and she always was. And so I would never speak whatever negative traits he had going on in his life up on my child, just because she's a product of he and I. That's crazy. But you have mothers doing that all the time. Well, I knew he wasn't gonna be no good because his daddy ain't no good. That's not cool to do to your children. That's not cool. No, he's not a reflection of his dad. His dad, that's a reflection of your bad decisions. You chose his daddy. He didn't choose his daddy, you did. And I think a lot of times these mothers need to think about that. They need to think about that, okay? Grandma Wade says killing theirself. That's what they do to the teacher could have bought her or him a personal hygiene bag. Right. She could have bought a personal hygiene bag. She could have she was in Walmart then. If the child had on dirty clothes, she could have got some t-shirts out of Walmart. And I'm not saying that that's her responsibility, but I know toothpaste and stuff don't cost a lot of money in Walmart. Why not pay $1 for a little kit with toothpaste and a toothbrush in there, instead of embarrassing the child more in the class? Talk about his breath stink because he acting out. He's probably acting out because he already knew the troubles he's got going on at home. And the kids, y'all know how kids are. Ooh, you stink. Your breath stink. Kids are brutally honest and they could be mean. Okay. So he was already dealing with that, coming to school with dirty clothes on. That's not his fault. That's his mother's fault. That was junior high school. So in junior high school, he probably didn't even know how to buy his wash his clothes. We know he didn't have no money to buy any washing powder. So that's a reflection of a parent or an adult that's raising a child. Because first of all, you don't even let a child walk out the house, especially during school, with dirty clothes on. If nothing else, when my girls started going, at some point, they started having to wear, well, at every point, they had to wear uniform. But I bet you every one of them was always clean. I wash every day anyway. It's a mental thing, okay? Everything has to be washed every day. So if nothing else, I mean, they was gonna always have on clean clothes. It's clean socks. Okay? Kids are already up under enough pressure because they're being made to feel like they gotta wear the most up-to-date shoes. They ain't even got no damn job. Right? But kids can be mean to them when their parents probably can buy them certain types of shoes, and then another child has on older shoes. They're already up under a lot of pressure and stuff. So anyways, it's enough. They got to go and learn. They got to process everything that they got to learn in school. So I don't think that they should have to worry about, the pressure of not being clean. That's the product of a parent. not having clean clothes, clean socks, hair and stuff, uh, um, um, cut and stuff like that, hair and stuff not combed. A child shouldn't even have to worry about that. Because one thing that I did do, they took a bath and every night, and then when they got up, they took a wash up in the morning or a shower. And the first thing, okay, your clothes and stuff, they was gonna already be out at night because I made sure that they were already out. Okay. I combed their head until they got old enough. When they got in high school and they started combing it themselves, and they looked like it didn't look right, but they didn't want me putting plaits and stuff on their head no more. They wanted to comb their hair in high school. Okay, so child, it didn't look right to me, but whatever. But they shouldn't have to. The only thing that they should have to deal with was making sure they act the best that they act in school and getting their lesson, and that's it, right? But no teacher should have been doing that. And first of all, if a child is coming to school with dirty clothes and stuff on, and he's smelling up the class, then maybe the teacher should have asked the mother, is something going on that we can help you with? Because this ain't normal. Teresa says, when I was a kid, I went to Catholic school and we wore uniforms, and that was good because we were poor and couldn't afford a lot of new clothes. Yeah. Words are more powerful than whippings. I still remember when my stepdad told me my mama should have named me Zero because I wasn't going to amount to S. I showed his ass, that's right. You got an Esquire behind your name. You sure did. Yeah, you can't speak all that negativity in kids' lives. You just can't do that. You're supposed to actually build them up with words. Okay. You're supposed to build them up with words. Tell them they can be more than a basketball player or a football player or a rapper. You know, hey, they could be anything. A doctor, a lawyer, anything. But it's unfortunate that people are not doing that. But hey, I don't like what's going on with children, because kids are our future. And I know people say I try to coddle kids too much and give them excuses, but I understand that the children are the future. Hell, as bad as my nerves is now, I always wanted to have 6 kids. I wanted to have 3 boys that were triplets, and I don't know why I wanted the boys to be triplets, but I wanted 3 girls. Okay, but my nerves is bad, child. That's why God didn't let it happen. Words some more. Yeah, yeah. Y'all make sure you guys hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I also wanted to talk about, will there be peace? Yeah, I always wanted to have 3 boys that were triplets, and I had names and stuff for them too. I was like, when I used to see like even now when I see like twin boys or triplet, especially triplets, I used to work with a girl that had triplets, and I thought it was so cute. And she was a female white, so all of their names were completely different. The names didn't rhyme or nothing. Child, I be wanting for the names to rhyme. Um, I always told my son we all have jobs. Yeah. Yep. You guys make sure y'all hit the like button. Um, I also wanted to talk about will there be peace when the Young Dogs case is when these convictions happen, right? And I had wanted to talk about that because I know oftentimes, like with this young dog situation, things get so volatile, and for me, I don't understand why it gets volatile like it does. But that's how it is for some reason, right? I do know that there are some people that truly want justice for him. But we have to think about, as much as those that truly want justice for him. I don't think, as fans, people could truly want justice more than the people that love them the most, and those are his children, his woman, his parents, his sisters, his brothers, his cousins and family, um his business partners, his friends, his artists, stuff like that. But will there be peace? Because there is a lot of volatile situation in the Young Dolph's case, right? And um I don't hey, I understand that it's a it can be a very touchy situation, because everybody has a difference of opinion as it relates to the Young Dolph's case. And as I've always said, I don't try to change people's minds about how they feel, right? Hey, the only thing I say is we have to respect each other in how we feel. I can't control anybody. I don't want to control anybody. Listen, my life is hectic enough. I got so much stuff going on. I promise you, I got so much stuff going on. The only thing I could do sometimes, like I came in today and I was laying on the couch, and I looked at my fireplace for a long time, just laying on the couch. Okay. I took my dog to the veterinarian, and it almost gave me a stroke, because I've been having to spin a bag on that dog, okay, to make sure that she be okay. And y'all, she had a ultras. She got five. She got this five. They said we see five little heads, and so of course, she is due any day now. Um, I thought it was gonna be seven because of her, her breast, but it's five. Child. But it's just a volatile. It has turned into something very volatile. I've always said, you guys, if I can't lead you right, I try to keep you in the middle, but I'm not going to lead you wrong. And when I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know, because I'm not going to lie, right? And I can't be accusatory as it relates to situations, because I'm very sensitive about that. Being accusatory based on theory, and saying things about people, and accusing people of situations, and I hadn't heard that they were involved, right? I hadn't heard that anybody was involved. So I always tell people to be very cognizant of what you put into the atmosphere, because you don't want to be irresponsible based on your feelings, right? And then you start speaking out just what you guess, and then you get somebody hurt. And I guess, as for me, I have a conscience. I can't do that. I can't do it, right? I don't have a dog in the race, other than I want, justice for I want to see Young Dog's family get justice. I do. I want to see his family get justice. Hey, you hear about Young Dolph help a lot of people when he was alive, and he's still helping people, because of the sensationalism of the case. Every time his name is on a thumbnail, we talk about him. People get views. We get views. All of us. We get views. We get people. We get subscribers and things of that nature, right? So I feel it is, in my opinion, that I have to be, and this is just me, because I'm only control of me. I have to be very responsible in what I put into the atmosphere as it relates to his case, and give gratitude even with him not being here, because he's still helping people to eat in death as he did in life, right? And so that's why I say, will there be peace when this is over? Will people accept whatever it is? Because I never said I knew everything. I always said I don't know everything, and it's not even good at this point to know everything. Will there be peace? Will people accept the outcome of the case? Because I know a lot of people have a fixation on things are supposed to be one way, but one thing that we do know is when the trial hits, everything that has a start has an ending, everything is going to come out. Are you willing to accept that whatever it is that you have programmed in your head, it may not be that? So will people truly, hey, Gray Face, will people truly have peace? Will they, when these convictions happen, when more people are arrested and more stuff starts to come out, are people willing to accept that whatever it was that they may have been thinking, there may be some truth in some, it may not be. Will they let it be some peace, right? Because one thing we do know is that the investigators are the ones that have, as I've always said, the information. They got access to the witnesses. They got access to the over 1 million pages of evidence. They have access to all of this stuff, right? So they know things that many of us don't know and will not know until it starts to come out. Are people willing to accept, whatever happens? Will they accept that some of the people that they feel or has they put it etched in their brain that should be going to jail? It may not happen at this point, right? But at some point there has to be some peace as it relates to this case. People have to learn as adults to learn to respect other people and respect each other and move on, right? I don't think anybody can say, well, I want justice more than somebody else. Hey, because you don't even, I know what it looks like, but you can't say that because you don't know. I know a lot of people put out a bunch of garbage, but are people willing to accept? Okay, would there be some peace? Natural Born says all went to prison. Who all went to prison? It's mighty strange. They are the only record label always there. Hmm. Streets finna get a lot of action. Why you say that, Cypress? That the streets get ready to get a lot of action? Yeah, I saw that. Gray Face, the White House. Um, as non-residents, I am praying that heart and souls are covered by God's grace and understanding that everyone can coexist with a difference of opinion. Absolutely. When you start getting mad at people because they don't believe what you believe, then you that's in a way that's you are a violator. That's violating people's rights because people have the right to believe whatever they want to. Um, in my opinion, in order for it to be peace, it has to be forgiveness. I don't think everyone is willing to forgive. Well, that's true. I agree. I don't think that you're right. I don't think, especially the people that were closest to him that actually had access to him, it's not gonna be easy for them to forgive because they're gonna always feel like and know that he's gone for no reason, and he basically is. And y'all, what's all of this? I always say that. Y'all know it's my favorite words. And what's all of this about? When something is crazy to me, I have to say that. Young Dolph is not here. So many other people have lost their lives. It's been like a domino effect. And for what? What was all of this about? What did he do so bad that you've had a bunch of other humans feeling like they needed to play God? Mm-mm. I don't understand it. He said, why is it, Cypress? You said it's gonna be the streets are gonna get hot. Why? Why the streets gonna get hot? He said it's a lot of street stuff. Mm. Mm-mm. Some people are irresponsible because a lot of these rappers that I've been seeing that's been going at it, they ain't no spring chickens. They're in their 30s and stuff. So you would think they would know better. They do know better. He said, well, the streets know. That's why there are a lot of shootings and killings. And it sure has. It seems like there has been a killing every 30 minutes. I was looking at the news. I saw where there was a shooting on one street. Then the next day, the next street over, they went and killed some people. And this was in the same neighborhood, just a street over. I'm gonna tell you something. What these young dudes need to understand. A lot of them are living with their mothers and their girlfriends. They don't need to bring whatever it is that they got going on in the street. They need to stop being selfish because they're bringing it back to the women and their children and their families, because they shooting up in these people's houses. Folks they don't have any regard for life, no respect. It's really unsettling to me. um Purposely, it says, the sad thing, the streets will remain undefeated, carrying a lot of pain. Lucy says Alabama had 5 in different places today. Wow. That's so messed up. Wow. So was it in Birmingham, Alabama? Because see, I've always heard that Mobile, Alabama got down. I think a lot of people was feeling like maybe maybe Mobile, Alabama did not because it was further down south, but I hear they get down in Mobile, Alabama. Wow. But y'all, will there be any peace? Will there? I most certainly hope so. I hope so, because at some point his soul is gonna we're gonna have to let him rest. Um, if you ask me, do I believe that he's getting justice? I do. I absolutely 1000% believe that he's getting justice, and I believe in the people that's getting him justice, which would be the Memphis police investigators and other entities that are involved in assisting them in their own investigations and whatever it is that they have going on as it relates to the young Dolph's case. Okay. Wayne Norman says, unfortunately, no, he does not believe that people are going to let him get his peace, or people won't be satisfied. Well, it will never be peace with street stuff because everybody wants revenge. Yeah, everybody wants revenge. And that's what's so sad. Everybody wants revenge, and people are emotionally um unstable, if you ask me at this point. because they're not trying to control themselves. That's what's so messed up to me. They are not. They're not trying to control themselves. Something is going to have to give, though. Hey, Kimberly. What purpose does it serve to kill another beside hurting their loved ones? Mm. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe for me. Hey, Ronald. I hope everybody's doing okay. But hey, I truly have faith in the justice system. I do. I know the justice system has failed us, sometimes. But as it relates to the young Dolph situation, I believe that the investigators and the FBI is doing a really good job at whatever is necessary because they know everything about the case. I think that they're doing a good job in making sure some things are perpetual, and it may take a minute. But I do believe that he's gonna get justice. He's already getting it. He's already getting it. I just hope that there can be peace. People can accept it and move on. Yeah, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Paula Hall says, has he gone on the fruity pebble side? Oh Lord. Hmm. I tell you. Y'all, what I wanted to do was because I don't want to drop the link, I said what I was gonna start doing is I'm gonna go over to my office tomorrow and I'm gonna start preparing my green room, and I'm gonna set up some of my furniture that's in there for my podcast so I can start turning my cameras on and setting my mics and stuff up for coming on here. I don't know what time of day that I'm gonna come on because my days are very hectic, but I can't see myself not setting up for home too. I got to, because child, I have to. I be wanting to come home when I finish working. Lord, I don't know what's going on with CMG. What's happening with them now? Unless they indict and convict the money man behind this, I have no faith in the system. Actually, I never had any to begin. You a lawyer and you got no faith in the system? That's weird. Wayne, are you really a lawyer? Are you really a lawyer, Wayne? I'm just wondering. Oh, okay. Um, y'all hit the like button for me, please. Hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe. No, don't send me no proof. You don't have to send me no proof. I mean, if you say you want a lawyer, I mean, you a lawyer? Yep. So, what do you all think? I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think young Dolph? Do you all think that y'all would be able to have peace when all of this is over now? I mean, it's all far from over now because we're really just getting to the beginning. And hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Straight Drops court date is not rescheduled again because that's normally how they do it. They keep rescheduling court dates. Attorneys do. They try to push it and push it and push it for whatever reasons. I like Mr. Wayne. I have no faith in the system either. I'm Hood Esquire. Hey T, how you doing today? I'm doing good. Cypress said it's street stuff. Oh, okay, Cypress. So what street stuff, Cypress? Yeah, continuance. That's how they do it. I mean, that is what happens all the time. For whatever reasons, it happens. Hey, Remy Ma. Hey, that mama. Look at that mama. That mama tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. She laying on that big. She laying on the side. Got her belly just poking out. Oh. Um. No mean to stray away, but look, a little Dirk in Chicago. He should be indicted for the RICO. His name is being mentioned, but nothing happening. Look. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Everybody that laid their finger on the plan to take Dolph out going down, either court justice or street justice. It's a lot of street stuff going on. I tell you, it bothers me so bad because I'm like, dog, these little guys are not going to be happy until they kill each other up. I don't think they realize that they're killing each other up. He is covered under that umbrella until they will have no more use for him. Then all his skeletons will come out the closet. The feds will come for some of Memphis police too. Child, if it's some police involved, they need to get them first. I tell you. Y'all, please hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. um, Not until all parties involved are arrested and convicted, including the big head MF. I too don't have faith in this wicked system or the police, my opinion. Teresa says, can't the judge tell SD lawyer to buckle up? We're going to trial. Yeah, but they usually give them a couple of continuances, as he said. Looked like he already got one continuous, right? That's when the case was moved from what, March to June. He'll probably ask one more time. Uh, Riley is staying as far away from Remy as he can. I hate when she moves. She be and so the doctor says she's just uncomfortable carrying those five babies. Then I got her so spoiled too, y'all. I picks her up. And she can't even jump up on the couch like she used to. So I have to pick her up. I pick her up and take her everywhere now. So I really got her so spoiled. Y'all hear? I'm rubbing her back. I give her back massages. I'm going to like two times brothers, no love. He's very talented. I'm getting like two times brother, no love. He's very yeah, no love is talented. Yo got it ain't going to jail, y'all. Cypress, why you say Yo got it not going to jail? Great Fest says the lawyers are going to run out of motions. In my opinion, Straight Drop should want to know his fate sooner rather than later because he going to do time in. I would think that he would, but I'm gonna tell you something. As long as they're doing those continuances, he get to stay at that jail. The day that his trial is over and he is convicted, he leaves the Shelby County Jail, which is a walk in the park. It's not as bad as where he's going. So a lot of times when they already know that they're going to do time, they try to do anything to try to stay away from where his fate is ultimately, and he's going to end up in one of them high security prisons where it's going to be terrible, nothing but gorillas and monsters. See, the Shelby County Jail is just like a holding facility. If you're going to do time there, you stay there while you're going to court and all of that. It's a holding facility. You if you get 11 months and 29 days, if you get 6 months, you'll do it at the Shelby County Jail more than likely, something like that, 3 months or whatever, 9 months. But when you start talking about doing a lot of time, like what they're going to do, they be trying to keep from going to those hardcore, high maximum security prisons where they're going to end up at. A lot of times, that's why they try to continue it. Like you said, they're trying to, I guess, prolong the ultimate. Um, she said, Cypress TV God a day will come. I'm telling you, his karma will not let him get away. It's a pretrial detention center. No, I believe that he is going to. For some reason or another, he don't believe Cypress don't believe that he will, but I do. Ronald Gray says, I can hear the state bus backing up. Beep beep. I'm telling you. And then it's all over. The games are over. All he could do is wait to do an appeal. It's gonna be too late at that point to even um try and give vital information. Because see, that's ultimately what happens when these people are convicted of life in prison and stuff like that. They get over to that maximum security prison, which is the wrong thing to do. I think they shouldn't wait to do it. That's where they mess up at. Then they get to thinking, man, maybe I should have said something. Maybe I should have told what I know. Cause them folks on there when they ain't going home no more, they just be taking each other out. I mean, like their mentality is, I already got one life sentence. Hell, I ain't got but one life. What 3 life sentences gonna do? I can't serve but one of them anyway, so it's a joke. When they killing each other and shanking each other, and that's what be going on. And they go back to trial and get another life sentence. What kind of damn sense do that make? They ain't gonna die but one time. And so basically nothing happens, right? Um, and then they get to thinking about, I now want to talk to the investigators. That's the wrong place to do it. Because now those inmates in that high maximum security prison is going to know, okay, they're gonna know that now you trying to tell. And then they probably not gonna like that. They're not gonna like it. And he might have some issues. Whereas if he do it while he over at the Shelby County Jail, they already know to send him to a another prison where he ain't known. Okay, put him in some type of protective custody while he for the rest of his life or something like that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Cypress TV CMG involved in North Carolina and in LA. That's a RICO right there. Then Juke question and his potential indictment. Cypress TV, that indictment coming. I want to know why Cypress feel like God ain't gonna be indicted. I just want to know why he feel like out of all people. Maybe it's just he hoping that he don't be. That's what it is. He's hoping that he don't be indicted. Yeah, hit the like button. Like, shit. Let me see how many likes I got. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me see how many likes. Let me see. Um, y'all hit the like button for me. We only got 77 likes, y'all. Run the likes up. Those in the bushes, please run the likes up. Hit the like button. Yep, Great Face. At least I'm sticking with it regardless. Mm-mm. Cypress, that's just wishful thinking, child. Cypress, how come your boy ain't been popping out then? Ain't nobody, how come he ain't popping out? Y'all keep running the likes up. Mm. Oh, Lord. Mm. I'm one of the greatest beautiful women in Memphis, no doubt. He said he was going to come to Memphis this summer, but the killing, yeah, Memphis is out of control. It seems like things have really kicked up. I don't know what's going on. We've been blaming it on everything other than people need to um control themselves. That's the only thing that I can see. Well, Cypress, I need you to take me to all the door spits. I like to skate too, as long as they ain't shooting at the ring. Oh wow. Cypress TV, he's scared, smart, huh? I tell you. He said he liked to skate. Yeah, I've been loving my kickboxing class so much. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah. So what y'all got? Y'all got to get up early in the morning. I'm trying to think. Um, yeah, I do. I gotta be at the office tomorrow. Gotta got some. Thank you, Paula. I like that. I do. Numbers are very symbolic to me. I love that. Y'all make sure you guys hit the like button. He said, "Great face, you know how Gotti do." Cypress, where Gotti at? Is he working on an album or something? Good night, Paula. Thanks for coming through. Mm. I know how I am. Like, I'm not really sleepy, so but I do want justice for young Dolph, and I do believe he's getting it. That has always been my stance. Um yeah, you guys hit the subscription button. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. And like I said, there has to, I want peace for his family. I'll be at Lady V house this summer getting penitentiary fat, eating good. You said that in the wintertime, Cypress. That's what you said. She cooks. Her food be looking good too. I'm telling you right now, it looks good. Cypress TV says no, Gotti ain't doing no more albums, just mixtapes allegedly. Thanks for coming through, Ronald. He said Gotti ain't doing no more mixtapes. I mean, no more albums, just mixtapes. Well, the last mixtape he put out on Young Dolph's birthday, right? And isn't that the last mixtape he did? Mm, I tell you, I see Young Dolph's artists have been doing really good. They've been doing shows and stuff. I be looking at their Instagrams and stuff sometimes. I see that they're doing really well. I'm happy to see that. Mm. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something. Mm. Yeah, I hope they keep themselves safe and stuff because I don't want to see nothing happen to them young dudes. They seem to be doing their thing. I don't want to see anything happen to any of them. Um, what I always say is, like, when these dudes go out and they um look for somebody to take out, I think it's sad that they just can't enjoy life, you know. But they it's unfortunate that they have these young dudes out looking for artists that's making a name for themselves. Let's just say like Key Glock. Key Glock is doing extremely well. Um, he's really gotten a lot of momentum. Dolph put him in a really good position with the help of his talent, right? And so unfortunately you have people that get with these young dudes and go, Key Glock is a big fish. And their ambition is to take somebody of his caliber's life. What kind of world do we live in when that is what ambition is? Getting taken out a big rapper. And so you have to think about, okay, what they don't think about is when these folks pay them to go and eliminate Key Glock around dudes that's got money. And that's why I say these folks are not thinking. Surely if Key Glock and them have money, it happens all day, every day. Somebody gonna know that they took Key Glock out, somebody around them, and they're gonna get to thinking, I know Ken and Money got money, Daddy O got money. Hey, maybe I can get some money. They'll give me some money if I tell what Negro did. They're gonna already know where it came from. And so what they ultimately do is they put their little dudes that didn't have anything to do with it, because they're gonna go into hiding. They're not gonna be able to take their whole family. They get their cousins and stuff knocked off. And so now they angry. They have to knock off my cousin. No, they didn't, but you did it with your actions. They getting their little dude. They can't get to him, but the little dude still on in the neighborhood that he was dealing with. He feel like he could walk the street. He ain't got nothing to do with it. They taking him out. So these folks go and their ambition is to take out a big rapper for some money, because these damn fools is using their money to destroy the community, right? The money, I'm talking about a lot of these damn nappy neck rappers, okay? They're using their money to destroy the community. So they paying these little dudes to go take folks out. But what they're not telling these little dudes are the consequences and the retaliatory situations that comes behind that. Because when they get them the money, they go underground for a little while, but they grandmama and mama and brother and sisters and nieces and nephews, they ain't even paying them enough to move all of them. That little dudes that they was running with, they left. And when you dealing with dudes that's got money, they're going to retaliate. And they're going to keep retaliating until you feel it. So is it even worth it? Why even jump in another man's beef and go kill somebody? It ain't got a damn thing to do with you. If a man got an issue with somebody, a real man going to go and knock that chip off his shoulder himself. If you can't go and knock that chip off his shoulder himself, you ain't even got no business having no issues with it. But instead, people are so wimpy and pathetic. They want to boost up weak-minded people or go and pay other people to go and do their dirty work for them. And those other people ultimately put their very own family and friends and whoever it is, their family and friends in danger because they're going to retaliate. Now, they're not going to touch Key Glock. They ain't going to touch none of them. I hope they don't. They both should be here way too young with children. Mm. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off because I'm tired. I got some things I need to do before I retire for the night. I need to send my clients some updates on some stuff. Yep, and that's what I need to do. Anyways, you guys, I enjoyed being on here with you guys. Did y'all hit the I'm gonna get on again. Maybe I'll get on early in the morning before I head over to the office while I'm drinking my coffee. Cause I have to get up and drink my coffee, child, before I move. I don't know why, but I appreciate y'all getting on tonight. As always, your support is absolutely is much appreciated. Make sure y'all hit the like button, right? And we're gonna work to get back into the algorithm. That's what we have to do. Cause right now I'm really not in the algorithm. Cause I'm not putting out as many videos as I was. Cause I've been really busy. But anyways, I appreciate you guys so very much. Okay. I love you guys. Have a good night.